Hello everybody, welcome. I am Devin Ramos. Today I want to talk about my esports club at my site. And for esports, we are diving into Mario Kart 8, and I'll go into the reasoning behind that and what it's been like starting this club. I think that I want to get into a few different things, such as the red tape and some goals that I have for my students. But first, I want to ask that you like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be documenting the process of starting esports on my channel for the next couple months. We're going to take a small break in the summer, obviously, but I think that once we carry over into August, September, and clubs start up again, I should see a lot of my same students come through with a lot of new skills. The first thing I want to get into is, yes, we are playing Mario Kart 8 for esports. I know Mario Kart World is on the way. However, I do think Mario Kart 8 is going to be very relevant in the coming years, in the same way that Super Smash Bros. Melee was the most relevant Smash Bros. In competitions for a long time. However, because Mario Kart World is coming out, I'm not too focused on getting students ready for that. I think Mario Kart 8 is very pure. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch is very pure. And I think it's going to be a game in which, again, it's going to be played for a long time and competitive. I think that there's a lot of great options for it. You might see some people move over to Mario Kart World because I know that a lot of the vehicle selections have been stripped away for Mario Kart World. However, I just think that in terms of simplicity, in terms of playability outside of the Explore mode in Mario Kart World, I think Mario Kart 8 is going to be it, especially because it's going to be very easy if schools want to start esports clubs, much like this one. If districts want to get behind it, it's going to be easier to obtain used Switches for the clubs. Much cheaper, too. To the point where, if a teacher wanted to start an esports club by themselves at their site, they might be able to buy a used Switch for their class themselves, right? Because we should start seeing Switches go for around 100 to 150. It's pretty doable, especially if you're going to get some used controllers, maybe for 200 to start the whole thing. And, you know, Nintendo's always last a long time anyways. So I really feel like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is going to be that game. Yeah, so in documenting the process, some of the materials that I've been given from the district, because the district is backing this esports club, are 2 Nintendo Switches, 2 additional sets of Joy-Cons, so I could have up to 8 students playing. 2 monitors for playing, and a few other things. Now, I'm not using a lot of the stuff that the district gave me. However, I do have a pretty good setup in my classroom as of now. I think that for teachers that are a little bit older, that are not familiar with gaming, I think it's just going to be easier to keep it simple. Many classrooms already have TVs, so keeping the Nintendo Switch in somewhere that's, safe and someone's not going to steal it, is going to be a key factor. What I love about esports what I love about the esports program for Mario Kart 8 in particular, because this esports program does offer the ability to play Rocket League as well. I just don't feel that with the amount of students that I have and the time, we'd have time to really jump into Rocket League this trimester. But what I love about having, this based on a Nintendo Switch is the pick up and play mode, right? Or playability. Is that, again, if an older teacher, which there are older teachers in the district in this program right now, it's just going to be a lot easier for them. I think I spent a total on each Nintendo Switch of 10 minutes setting it up for my classroom. And again, I only have 6 to 8 kids every day right now. I'm hoping that I have up to 20 kids next for the brand new school year, because I think we'll be a lot more mobile and able to, get the program rolling. And the same for a lot of teachers too, especially, and maybe not older. I don't want to just, make the subject of this video that older teachers are going to have a hard time with this. But, it could just be someone that has never really played video games, but they're interested in it for, hey, listen, people do clubs for overtime and extra money. Completely understand that. But you do need to have a little bit of an approach here, and there's tons of videos, tons of tips, tons of tricks that, you can show students how to start drifting. You can show students how to, take shortcuts on certain courses. The differences between the different speeds, right? All the way from 50 to 200 cc. And what's great about it is they are going to learn teamwork. A lot of these kids are coming in gamers, right? I've been playing Mario Kart since I was 4 or 5 years old, from the very first one on the Super Nintendo. But these kids are coming in from Fortnite. These kids are coming in from other online games in which maybe they have learned unhealthy habits, learned how to, trash talk or roast people online, and they really have to treat their fellow classmates with a little bit more respect than they're used to. Okay, so right now in my class, we're getting used to that. Hey, you don't trash talk or roast somebody while you're racing. I understand this person might be your best friend. This is what you do on Fortnite. This is what you do at home. However, right now we are a team, and we're going to learn about being a team, especially when we start competing against other schools. So really treat each other with that respect that you want to be treated with. Yes, it sucks to lose. Yes, it feels great to win, but understand that might be you in their shoes at some point. So it's great for the kids because they're learning those things, that ability to have respect for other people. They're learning how to not trash talk, because that is a big problem in my classroom. Every kid wants to roast each other at any given time. And I go, look, you guys really need to treat each other with that respect. So they're learning those abilities. There was a little bit of red tape for the district. I think that there was just a lot of issues about, are the kids going to be going online? Are the kids going to be interacting online? And so they really had to set up a system in which they were not going to be accessing online play. They're just playing with the other students in the classroom from 4th grade to 6th grade. But this is something that, again, Mario Kart, I believe, is a very special game in that a lot of people of any age can enjoy it. And yeah, obviously that red tape is going to come where you don't want, an 8 or 9-year-old interacting with people across the world, right? If they want to do that, they can do that in their own home. So I think there was a lot of red tape there, but I do know that took a little bit of time to get through that red tape and, set that system up so that the district and myself could keep, stay out of trouble, essentially. Right now I have a classroom of 6 to 8 students. 8 students on a good day. I could get 4 students on each Nintendo Switch. If I get more, I'm thinking of picking up a used Nintendo Switch, because then I can do locals up to 12, I think, or something like that. I have to check on that. That's something that I'm not too familiar with as far as local play. However, my goal for the students is that right now I've been telling the students, look, of course, everybody wants to get first, right? But when we go against other schools, it's going to mean a lot if you can just get in 4th place. And I think getting in 4th place for some students, because when we started this program, some of the students were, getting in 6th place, 7th place, 8th place, just really struggling. And I told them, look, don't feel like because you're getting in 7th place, 8th place, that you're bad at the game. Maybe your goal should be to get in 5th place, 4th place, because from that point, once you're in 4th place, you're really going to be able to start pushing yourself and learning the game in a way that allows you to be a little bit more competitive. And maybe it takes you a long time to finally get first, amongst your friends, and that's okay, because eventually when we start playing other schools, we want to be able to say that we're at least placing in 4th place and higher, right? That would be amazing. And I think that my goal right now is, look, just keep trying to get to 1 place higher, try to get to 4th place, try to place, right? If you're playing with 4 people on one Switch, try to get in fourth place against the computer, because the computer is going to be the easiest to beat at this time, right? So really try just to at least get a little bit higher than the last time. That should be your goal. Your goal should not be getting first place every time, because we don't know how the other kids are going to be playing. We don't know how the other teachers are going to be teaching them. And maybe we don't have to beat every school with every bit of effort that we have. Maybe it's just a matter of there's going to be 2 really great schools that we have to be just a little bit better than. And that's my goal for them. On top of the fact that I really just want them to have fun. I really just want them to learn the meta of the game. On top of having fun, because they could just be a little bit better than the last time. I was a kid that loved Nintendo, and I still love Nintendo so much. It means a lot to me. If someone at my school had told me when I was 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old, that there was an eSports club, that there was a competitive Mario Kart club, I would have died. I would have been just filled with joy, because when I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, it was never considered that there should be any sort of video game club. And I love, there's somebody on TikTok that I follow, I forgot his name. He has a gaming club. And I love that it's becoming more mainstream to have gaming in school in a positive way, because games are art. Games can be competitive, like Rocket League and Mario Kart. And I think it's important. I think it's super important for these kids to understand that their skills... I wasn't a very athletic person. I liked watching baseball. I liked watching basketball. But I was not athletic. And if someone would have told me you can be competitive at something you love, I think I would have felt a lot more confidence. And I think that's another goal that I want these kids to feel. But please, if you have made it this far in the video, thank you. If you want to know more, please comment below, like, subscribe. I am going to be documenting this process as the months go by, because we are starting out very slow, but I will record anything that I can, especially if I get some pretty good traction on this video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.